be a reading that may resonate with you if you happen to have Leo in your sun, moon, rising, Venus, dominant in your natal chart, or if you happen to be cross-watching for a Leo. You might find some information in this reading that may resonate for you. Keep in mind, Leos, this is a general reading. I'm not speaking to anyone specific, nor is this reading about anyone in particular. It is a general reading for the zodiac sign of Leo. Take it however it genuinely applies. Please don't make any rash decisions based on what you hear from a general reading. If you would like a reading based on your own personal energy, you can, of course, book a reading on my website, which happens to be AngelicAscensionsTarot.com. Lastly, Leo, we're going to go over some topics that you might feel are heavy. And if that's not really the type of reading that you came in search of, here's your opportunity to go ahead and click off. Otherwise, those of you ready to take a deep dive with me, let's look into it. Leo Nation, let's see what might be going on for you over the next 7 days. Some of you Leos are dealing with someone from the Aries Nation. Am I starting off the reading like this? Is somebody in jail? Leo? Maybe not. Maybe somebody's worried about it. Somebody's worried about maybe where they're going to go or what decision to make next, because it seems like there's a fork in the road, especially when it comes to your living situation. Seems like something might keep happening. Something is like a recurring issue for you, or a recurring issue for someone. Definitely have your ancestors that are close to you at this time. Maybe you're calling them in for whatever reason. Leo, things connected to family are going to be of the utmost importance to you, especially children might be pulling on your attention. You might notice that maybe something is going on with a child. Maybe they're not saying it. Maybe they're not being very vocal about it. They're not communicating what's on their mind, but you might kind of sense that maybe you might kind of pick their brain to see what's going on. Maybe there's something going on with their school. Maybe they are, maybe they don't quite understand something that's going on or that's being taught in class. For some of you, this has something to do with life lessons. It seems like maybe that's something that maybe you keep returning to, or somebody may feel like they don't get the lesson. They keep repeating the same sort of cycle. This isn't to make anybody feel bad. We all go through this. Leo, it seems like it might be a good idea to clear out some negative energy, to ward this off so that you can make room for some new opportunities. Looks like there's a lot of prayers going up. Like I said, you're calling on your ancestors for something. There's something that you're looking to change when it comes to your situation. You're looking for clarity this week, maybe about a decision that is coming up for you, or that you're trying to make. Because it looks like you're trying to do so carefully. It seems like you're worried about mistakes. You might be feeling a bit moody this week, Leo. Or somebody around you might. Your moods, your emotions might be fluctuating a lot. And it's going to be very important for you to stay calm this week, because it seems like something this week could be coming up to throw off your peace. You're traveling, you have plans to travel, something could possibly throw that off. There could be a delay when it comes to some sort of travel plan. Or maybe this isn't the week to maybe go someplace. No, what I want to say about that, let me retract that statement. It feels like maybe something doesn't go as planned. Okay, so this week, if it's not travel plans or if it's something else, yep, they're definitely reaffirming it has something to do with travel. Maybe you're traveling to go see a Gemini. Plans might get a little bit halted. Someone left something unfinished you as far as maybe your relationship. Maybe you have a child with someone. And maybe right now, you're just kind of angry with this person. They have a knife in their hand. And somebody's in jail. Either they're in jail. I haven't established this yet. Crossroads. Do you see what I mean? You got some sort of fork in the road connected to this. Maybe you're getting lost when you're driving or whatever. But it doesn't really feel like it. It feels like it's a love situation, a love scenario. You're at a crossroads about your love life. Maybe you and someone just can't seem to get along. Maybe it's not even your love life. Maybe it's with family or with a friend type of situation. They're saying it may have something to do with a marriage or a lover, and it may have something to do with a fire sign. Something may have turned your world upside down recently, Leo. Or it could be the life of somebody else around you. If you're doing any type of altar work, it feels like you are. Some of you are very witchy. And it seems like maybe you're lighting candles for a financial situation. Because I think that might be where you're at a crossroads as well. Since we're talking about crossroads, maybe you're doing some sort of crossroads magic to do some sort of road opener for some sort of maybe blockage or potential hindrance. Excuse me, and that's in your life that you're trying to remove. Somebody might be a smoker. Yeah, something that you may need to pay off. It seems like that's something that you're worried about. Paying something off. Seems like you owe some money or someone owes money to you. Let's see what's going on to this personal power. You got a fist here. And you got anger. And some sort of aggressive sort of action here. I think this might be some. It may have something to do with a family member. If you are not in the midst of this situation, maybe a family member might be getting into it. Okay, expect there to be some somebody to say something slick to you. Somebody might put their foot in their mouth this week. Somebody thinks something that they're saying is hilarious. But it seems like somebody might be saying this to you to trigger you. Or to get you, you know what, act out of character. Well, this is kids saying some things to each other. No, this is definitely somebody trying to bring you down. Somebody's being emasculated. Somebody feels that maybe they are, especially maybe by their baby mama. Somebody might be pregnant. Maybe this is you with your kids. Maybe your children might feel like you're nagging them, or maybe you might feel like, okay, I have to act crazy to get some act right? You know what I mean? When it comes to a child, because like I said, there might be a child that might think something is funny. Somebody's acting childish. Like I said, if it's not a child, it might be a grown adult. Yeah, definitely. You're getting on somebody's case. I think somebody's going overboard. This feels like it's more than getting on somebody's case. This feels like this is, I said, some sort of aggression. Is somebody afraid of someone? The devil. Maybe there's a Capricorn in your situation. We're going to look more into that. I think I already see what's going on. But as I get more context, I guess we're going to talk about it. Oh, somebody's definitely watching you, keeping an eye on you. Leo. Or this is a Leo. This feels like this is a Leo doing this to another Leo. Like you see what's going on. Maybe you know about something. Somebody watching you. Maybe somebody thinks that you don't know. Maybe somebody thinks that you're naive about something. Oh, okay. So yeah, we got it. Something is going on in front of a lot of people. Maybe you're a performer. Maybe you do something in the media or on social media. Seems like I want to say the devil is busy. You got the magician and the devil. I really don't want to start to. I don't want to read about that. I really don't. I'm going to come back to that. If it's coming up in the reading, I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to avoid talking about it. But let me see if I can find something else that might be going on with Leo. What's going on with the Leo Nation? Yeah, I think you have a psychic ability, Leo. I think you might be seeing spirits. Or you might be in a connection with someone. A visit from the spirit world might be relevant to you. Definitely have some sort of psychic gift. Seems like you've been going through it lately. I said, if it's not with a relationship, it just feels like if you are in whatever this relationship happens to be, if it's romantic, it's platonic, whatever. It seems like there's a lot of uncertainties with this relationship, because it looks like somebody's maybe a little bit nervous. They don't know what's coming up next. They don't know what's around the bend. They don't know what to expect with someone. The High Priestess. Holy Spirit, show me what's going on with Leo. You got a Gemini that enters your reading, the Lovers. Okay, maybe for some of you, maybe you're in a same-sex relationship. And with this Devil card and these eyeballs on you, maybe you're going through some sort of discrimination when it comes to your relationship. Or maybe for some of you, somebody likes her, but they like him too. I guess somebody's bisexual, possibly. Is what I'm trying to say, if I didn't make that clear. You got a Taurus that entered your reading. And you definitely have something connected to your past. Some of you, maybe you haven't seen your kids in a while. Or maybe I mentioned to you, maybe this is your baby's father, baby's mother, whatever, family member. Somebody needs help. Somebody could possibly be calling on you for help, Leo, or you might be helping someone out. Somebody might be, somebody is going through something. It seems like somebody has a drinking problem. And this could be the reason that the Devil is in this reading. Some sort of temptation. I'm going to see what that is, but that's what that feels like. Like somebody could be possibly going through withdrawals or something like that. Like somebody is maybe trying to like stop cold turkey. But I mentioned to you earlier something about your emotions. Seems like you have a lot of pressure on you this week, Leo. And maybe, you know what, maybe something is just really on your mind, and maybe you might feel like you're getting emotional out of nowhere. Looks like somebody is coming to speak with you, Leo, or you might need to speak to someone. What are you talking about with someone? Yeah, this is either with your father, or for some of you, this is the father or mother of your child. Somebody may need to speak. Or maybe some of you, this is a child, and there may be a child that might feel like their parent does nothing but lecture them. And maybe they're a bit frustrated about something, because it does look like maybe somebody needs to get something off their chest, or they need advice about something. And it seems like somebody is trying to avoid that sort of energy. Because it seems like maybe if somebody doesn't listen to somebody's advice, there's consequences to pay. Somebody might get a bit angry. Or if this is you maybe lecturing a kid and maybe you feel like they don't take you seriously with some things that maybe you're trying to advise them of or tell them of. Looks like you're trying to get them to steer clear of some sort of possible misstep or mistake. Yep, you're so easy to see through. So whatever this is, yeah, somebody was careless with you. It was in the things that they said, or the way that they acted, or the way that they could be acting this week. Like I said, something might be setting you off. I'm not saying to put your hands on anybody. Do not misconstrue what I'm saying, but I'm saying that the feeling, the emotion might come up in you. And you might feel like you're in a situation where you might feel like you have to restrain yourself from going crazy. or for you know what I mean, going off on somebody that's trying to insult your intelligence. I think, Leo, somebody might think that you're blind to something, that you're naive, or that you don't see what they're trying to do. And it may have something to do with a Virgo. I just saw the Hermit. Yeah, I mentioned to you, somebody is a performer. There's somebody is used to getting a lot of attention. You might do something in the media or on social media. Somebody's coming to talk to you. You got a gift here, as though it's just someone's birthday. It might be, you might be going to see an Aries for their birthday, maybe a Gemini for their birthday. What's going on with Leo? I'm trying to tell you, somebody's pregnant. And maybe somebody's trying to keep a pregnancy a secret. That's what I mean. Somebody was careless. Somebody could have had a baby on you, Leo. A cross-watcher. Somebody might have a baby outside of a relationship. And maybe they have kids with you. Because like I said, there's a father figure that's coming to see a situation. Coming into your situation. Maybe you're finding out that somebody is the father. Right? In my Maury voice. Somebody is the father. I guess there's no avoiding it. Oh no, is somebody like a Luciferian? I don't know. I can already see that somebody's trying to do some sort of hex work. And like I said, Virgo, there's a Virgo. Somebody is a Virgo. Somebody has Virgo in their chart. If this is going on, because I really didn't want to start the reading off this way, but I mean, it just keeps coming up in the reading. So I guess we're going to talk about it. Goodness, Leo. Some of you are on the Leo Virgo cusp, and that's why this Virgo is coming up. See, somebody's trying to block you from something, block you from having access to something. Like somebody's trying to block you, keep you away from something that was meant to be a blessing for you. And maybe you have been putting up a fight spiritually. You've been fighting back, having to do with something. It seems like somebody might be trying to push you around spiritually. Leo or cross-watcher. Somebody wants you in a state of panic. They want you in a state of worry. They want you in a low vibrational state to get their magic to work easier, it feels like. Make no mistake about it. You got the magician and the devil twice. Let's see what's going down with the Leos. Yes, come on. Somebody wants you in just a very emotional state. Now, for some of you, this has nothing to do with spell work. This might just be circumstances. This might just be how you're feeling. But for some of you, whoever needed that confirmation, that was for you. Okay, so you got an issue here with your money. Maybe you had to spend some money. Maybe you had some money saved up, and maybe now, you know what, because you got some uncertain situations with your living situation, it seems like maybe you're concerned that maybe you might have to spend some money that you had set aside. Something is very confusing for you. It looks like you're needing clarity on something in order to make a decision, maybe for children or for someone else that might be involved in a situation that you might be going through. On top of that, somebody that may have passed away, Leo, could be on your mind around this time. But there's somebody in your energy that is the devil for you, figuratively. Somebody that you feel is a troublemaker, a menace. You see through this person. You see through their intentions. And for some of you, this is someone from your past that could be returning. Maybe you're not talking to this person right now. Maybe it's someone is too chicken to maybe approach you about something. Somebody might be a little bit scared or intimidated about saying something. You got the High Priestess once again. So we're going to look into that. You have the Hierophant and the High Priest. High Priestess. King of Swords. Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. This might be the person that might be getting in touch with you. Maybe perhaps you have something to discuss with this person. And maybe it's in the past been very challenging to speak to someone. There's been a lot of broken promises. For some of you, this is a kid. Something just caught my eye. For some of you, this is the kid that may want to say something to a parent. But maybe they don't know what to say. Maybe there's somebody that's in your situation that doesn't really know how to express themselves. Or somebody may feel like they're walking on eggshells. If they do express themselves, somebody might go off or go overboard. Like I said, somebody is too chicken to maybe say something. I don't know what this is. Are you going to Chick-fil-A? Eating more chicken or whatever? So yeah, it feels like there's definitely children that are crying out for your attention. It seems like you're really multitasking a lot this week. There's a lot of distractions that could be going on in the background. It also feels like maybe you're really tired. And it seems like there's someone that's really challenging you. Somebody might be saying that maybe you can't do something or you're not capable of doing something. And it's going to be necessary for you in this situation, if possible, for you to drown out that chatter. Because it seems like maybe this week life has just been overwhelming. Like I said, there's just a lot of important things that might be going on. And yeah, you're going to have to it seems like it's going to be beneficial for you to be able to sift out the noise that's going on. Certain things that might be being said. It's a lot of rhetoric. I almost want to call it trash talk from somebody. Like I said, somebody's a smart aleck. Somebody runs their mouth a lot. And somebody's trying to trigger you potentially. Not that they're, and it doesn't mean that they're trying to. It just might be that because this is just, you're already on sensory overload. And no, let's make it clear. Somebody is trying to. I was going to say maybe you just are easily triggered. Okay. Because like I said, you just have a lot going on. No, somebody is. They're going out of their way. They think it's funny. Somebody wants to see you lose your composure. Leo. That's what I mean. Some of this, the things that are being said, a background noise. They're being said, but it's just it's nothing but chatter. You get what I mean? So because they're like, the spirit guides are like, you know, the teacher in Charlie Brown, that sound that she makes. It's like your guys are saying, phase that out, put that in the background to the point that it sounds like that. Or maybe it's just like it's constant for you. Somebody's constantly running their mouth. And maybe at this point, it just sounds like that to you. Just like I said, pure rhetoric. You are doing spell work on somebody. You're doing yourself a huge disservice because somebody is very protected. And it won't stick. Yeah. I think you're used to this. I think you're used to somebody's mouth, Leo. You're used to somebody putting their foot in their mouth. Or that's just your reaction to something. Yeah, you're definitely viewing somebody as the enemy. I don't know. That's what I mean. You're not getting along with somebody this week for some of you. And maybe it's your children. Maybe they're bickering a lot. Maybe there's a lot of fighting. What's going on? I don't quite understand. You got this Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Yep. Yeah. It's just what I thought. As soon as I part the deck, you are arguing with someone. Or you could be. And it may have something to do with their level of integrity. You're looking at someone this week, Leo, or cross-watcher, as a liar. Somebody that can't be trusted. Again, give this less of your attention if possible. Because it just looks like I said, somebody's being menacing. I guess they want me to bring it up again. We're going to talk about this again. No, let's talk about it in a different context. Blocked. Maybe you are blocking someone's energy. Yes. Or maybe you have blocked someone. Maybe somebody doesn't know why. And maybe somebody's feeling very emotional. Maybe they do. No, let's make it clear. Somebody doesn't know why. At least one of you does. You see through someone and it seems like you're very disappointed that maybe you did block someone, or maybe there is someone that does want to speak to you, but maybe for whatever reason, someone can't get through. Somebody feels hindered, like they can't talk to you. But for others of you, I mentioned to you, you got a situation where somebody's busy. Somebody's doing a lot of work on you. They're working you spiritually to block you. I said somebody's fighting back. Somebody's no doormat in this situation. And like I said, whoever this is, if this is you, somebody is very protected. You see their angels coming through? Somebody has summoned their angels and you're screwed. Whoever this is that's doing that, because spirit guides are coming down on somebody's head in this reading. Yeah, blessings and abundance. So in spite of whatever this is that's going on, Leo, whoever this is that's the cause, and I feel like you already know the culprit, or you have a good idea about who this is because you're giving it a stank face. So whoever this is, it feels like they're going to watch you get blessed. So whatever is blocked is being hindered from you. And whatever the case, the situation is just completely stressing you out, pissing you off. I said it won't work. It won't stick. Definitely somebody has their ancestors. Signs and reminders. I mentioned to you earlier, somebody passed away. You might be getting a lot of signs and reminders from someone. Or like I said, somebody's definitely calling on their entire spiritual team. So somebody thought something was real funny. All this negativity that they're throwing at you. Because it does feel like for some of you Leos or cross watchers, you're exposed to a lot of negative energy. Maybe it's because you do something I mentioned to you online, or something that brings you a lot of exposure, a lot of attention. Somebody thought something was real funny to maybe try to stop you or confuse you or throw you off, send a lot of distractions your way, but the joke is really on them. In fact, if you're on social media, this person is watching what you're doing right now. Yeah, definitely. Someone's reaching out. Like I said, if you haven't seen, even if your father has passed, we mentioned someone from the afterlife could be reaching out to you in their own unique way. But I think, like I said, some of you might be hearing from your baby's daddy. Or like I said, you're hearing that somebody is the father of a child. And make no mistake about it. Somebody has a baby on the way. For some of you, and somebody's trying to keep it a secret, they have a baby. I saw something here. What am I seeing? Okay. Like I said, you got some things going on in the background. As best you can, let that be background noise and not something that really bothers you too much. You have way too many things going on. Just my observation, just my 2 cents, Leo or cross watcher. You have way too much going on, and to feed into that weird childish energy that where somebody is sending stuff to block you. But for some of you, it's that you might be finding out about a third party. Not all of you are in a third party situation. Not all of you. But like I said, somebody you already know. It's either somebody that's returning or somebody that's in your situation right now. Somebody might be hanging on to a situation because of finances. Because maybe somebody feels like they don't have the financial footing that they need to maybe leave the situation. They're kind of cleaving to this situation. Something is just codependent and become very toxic. And it seems like somebody wants out of this. I mean, somebody thinks that you're blind to something, or like I said, you're naive, you can't see, you don't know what's going on. But I promise you, somebody, because they maybe have checked something out, have seen something for themselves, somebody definitely knows more than maybe they're telling or that they're revealing about a situation. Let's see what else might be going on for the Leo Nation. Let's talk about your money for a minute. I guess I did talk about that for a second. We did. Seems like you're very busy. But like I said, very distracted at the same time. It seems like you're trying to stay on task, trying to get something done. But it seems like you've maybe put a lot of different things on the back burner. You've procrastinated a lot, something you've maybe been avoiding getting something done. Okay, because it looks like you're biting your nails about something. Okay, I think that's your work situation. Not only your finances for some of you, I think it's work. Do you have a cat? And do you see what I mean about this? I want to call it a monkey on your back. We already established that. I already told you. We already talked about that. So there's no need to continue to go on about it. But yeah, I think this is, you might hear my dog in the background. This is why your guides are saying protect your energy, it looks like, because it seems like somebody might be projecting a lot of anger, spite on you. I think this is in your work situation. Because it looks like maybe you're struggling to stay optimistic, struggling to stay positive with your work situation because of maybe some frustrating behaviors of people that might be from the people that are around you. Yeah. Or somebody might feel like you're amongst the troublemakers. You're children of the night. Maybe you have nocturnal children or whatever. Let's say something about somebody's birthday. You got an Aries or a Gemini. Somebody's definitely calling. That's what I mean. You have a suspicion about, trust your intuition the first time. Leo, it appears that you're very intuitive. You have a suspicion maybe about somebody that you work around or live around. And you're right. You got the devil once again. I said the devil is busy. Or the mind. They say the mind, an idle mind rather, is the devil's playground. So that's what I mean. Like, your mind is just constantly racing. Somebody lied about something. Like I mentioned, there's somebody this week that you might view as a liar. And maybe that's what has you pissed off. Maybe you feel like somebody has absolutely no remorse for what they've done. And maybe that's why you blocked them. Anyway, somebody's coming back. I said somebody's calling you. I'm not sure where it goes from here. Okay, because the reading doesn't really show me what might happen from this point. It just shows me that there might be a phone call. And maybe somebody hasn't called you, or it's the not knowing of something. Maybe somebody is worried about someone because maybe somebody hasn't heard from someone in a while. And it looks like somebody just doesn't know what to think. Somebody might be worried about someone's emotional state. Somebody might be prone to depression. It could be you, Leo. It could be someone else. Okay, so somebody is trying to get back together. Either you are trying to get back together with someone, Leo, or somebody's trying to get back together with you. And it could even be family members or a friend that could possibly be trying to get back in touch. Maybe somebody doesn't know the way that you feel about them, or the way that maybe you once felt about them. They don't know if something has switched, if something has changed. And I think somebody is pretty discouraged that maybe something can't be, things can't get back on track. I think somebody at this time is just not sure what to do. Seems like all somebody can do is just wait. Wait for you to say something. Somebody might possibly be waiting for the truth to come out. Some of you are waiting for somebody to get released out of jail. That's what you're waiting for, some of you. So you got a recurring situation. Like I said, at work, maybe some people are acting up. Like I said, you got some messy people, messy situations. And maybe there's some sort of cycle that you're ready to break. Are you leaving this job? Some of you might be, or you might be considering doing that. Right? Because maybe you might feel like your work environment is just toxic and full of so much pressure. I said, if you're procrastinating on something, or this is just you, like, so distracted or so emotional that you're struggling to get things done. And maybe it's that you're running to keep up with the pace at work. Because maybe workflow is just, I don't know, for some of you, the frustration is that maybe, no, it's your emotional state that has you standing still. I think for some of you, it could be your boss. Maybe you feel like your boss is just putting a lot of pressure on you. Maybe you feel like your boss is micromanaging you, this sort of thing. And maybe it's just difficult for you to perform. Something has you kind of stalled, like you're late with stuff. Something is interrupting your workflow. We talked about the negativity. We talked about that. Maybe it has something to do with that, but yeah. What are you waiting for, though? It looks like you're just trying to get through it. Maybe you're deciding whether or not you're going to stay at this job for some of you. Some of you could be deciding whether or not you're going to stay in this relationship. Okay. There's a decision. Either this is you biting your nails because you're waiting for a decision to come through, and you feel like you're a prisoner of someone else's time and decision making, and maybe that is something that has you just a little bit thrown off. You got something to do. Something with jail, a legal situation could be going on in the background of your situation. Definitely somebody's looking at something closer. Okay. You got something going on with your kids. Maybe this is test week for them. You got a kid that's under a lot of pressure. Maybe this is a parent putting a lot of pressure under a child towards a child. Maybe you feel like your kids don't take school seriously. Somebody has like struggles with their eyesight, it looks like. What's going on with the Leos? It looks like you're definitely leaving to go somewhere. Yeah, this is your emotions. You got to be dealing with a Taurus. An emotional roller coaster. Somebody's putting you on this. And like I said, it doesn't always have to be that it's somebody else. It could just be your own mindset right about this time. Like you're just really going through it. Like I said, it seems like it's a lot of different factors that might have you there. Like I said, maybe somebody passed for some of you. You got some frustrating people around you. Or somebody is maybe suspicious that maybe you're doing something, and there could be some sort of accusation about that. Hopefully you're not in some sort of violent situation. We talked about that. If this is, let's say you're in a deep, I don't want to say that. But that's what this is looking like to me. Like some of you could be in a domestic violence sort of situation. You're going through some sort of domestic abuse with somebody. Somebody's putting their hands on you. And maybe you're not sure if you should stay. Okay? Because it looks like maybe you're going through a lot of trauma. Somebody's in the military, by the way. Military, or somebody is like in law enforcement. You do have a legal situation going on. That's what I was kind of suspecting. Like I said, maybe you're waiting for a decision about that. Definitely. I mentioned to you addictions. Some of you, this relationship is an addiction. It's keeping you in a cycle. And maybe you're not ready to, you're trying to decide whether or not you want to get out of this. Or you're maybe trying to figure out how you're going to get out of this situation. Because whatever the case, somebody in this situation doesn't seem happy. And somebody definitely seems nervous. Like I said, somebody might feel like they're scared of someone. The ability, like the propensity of what someone can do when they're angry, that sort of thing. And this could be a parent-child situation, even. Like there's some sort of cycle. I mentioned that maybe you're trying to break some sort of cycle of abuse. Yes, somebody is in jail. There is a fear of jail time, it looks like. And it feels like I mentioned, it's because somebody can't keep their hands to themselves. Like I said, you might feel, it might be a feeling, right, where you want to kind of this way, see what I mean? Some sort of violent situation. You might feel like you want to act on some sort of anger and physically take off on somebody, but it doesn't look like it's a good idea. It feels like it comes with consequences. This is exactly what I was feeling. Your spirit guides are saying, if this is you and that's what you're confused about, they're making it very clear. They're saying, Leo, it's a no. Because it seems like something is a habit for someone. They don't want to change. And maybe they're not physically violent. Maybe this is verbal. But it definitely feels like somebody is on their own. They feel isolated. Maybe they feel like no one understands. You're definitely living in fear about something. Let's talk about your money. I did mention that maybe, you know, it's time to move. Or maybe the frustration is that your financial situation is really affecting your options when it comes to your living situation. It seems like something that might be where you have reached a fork in the road. Is it time to leave? Is it time to go someplace else? Is it time to uproot? Because it seems like treading. This feels like you're walking on eggshells in a particular situation. And yep, I say some sort of cycle may need to end. Something continues to repeat. I think that's the situation with your money as well. Month after month, maybe you feel like you're kind of spiraling emotionally, or it's with your money. Oh, beauty and influence. Okay, so this whole jealousy situation, it feels like it's due to that. I said somebody feels like maybe, Leo, you do something better. You get more attention. Or whatever this is. And it's just frustrating for somebody and to maybe see that maybe you are doing something that maybe they feel that they can't do. I don't know. I don't know what somebody's problem is. But like I said, it feels like you're very skilled. Even if you don't feel that you are. Or Leo, maybe you're viewing someone that you feel has that. Skilled, talented. It feels like you know what you're doing. People see you as somebody that's serious about your work. Or vice versa. And that's what somebody is taking an issue with. And maybe that's what's going on. Like I said, this attack could be verbal. It may not be physical. So this whole thing may have something to do with arguing and conflict at work. Somebody sees you advancing. This is what I mean. Jealousy. Yep, you're definitely going to see something. That's what I mean. You feel like somebody is just so easy to see through, Leo. You're going to see something for yourself. Or maybe there's other people that may see something. Okay? Like I said, somebody feels like a lot of people are blind to something, or you are, or whatever the case happens to be. Something is seen. Something is crystal clear for someone. Or if this is you at the beginning of the week, not knowing what to do. Feeling like you got your head in your hands. You're not sure what decision to make. Before this week is over, Leo or Crosswatcher, it feels like you're going to be able to see clearly what the next thing is to do. If someone is in jail, Leo, someone could possibly be getting released from jail. Or maybe they're close to their release date. And maybe that's something that's angering you. Maybe that's something that you're pissed about. Okay, because it looks like you feel confined. If this is a relationship that we're talking about, I'm trying to tell you somebody doesn't want to be in this. Maybe they don't have the wherewithal to say that that's how they're feeling. Because in your situation, Leo, if this is a love relationship, I almost said drug relapse. If this is a love relationship, there's lying. There's poor decisions in this situation. Somebody, in the end, we talked about it's a no. I said somebody's teeter-tottering on whether or not to stay. Somebody is leaning more towards no. Somebody feels that somebody just will not try hard enough for this. It's like somebody has come to the realization. They're seeing it this week. And somebody feels that someone is going to walk out on this situation. It's like somebody's dragging it. For some of you, somebody is seeing the fact that they have a side piece, that they're not the only person that's involved. Somebody is talking behind somebody's back. Like I said, there's lies that are circulating about something. And it seems like somebody is telling a version of the story where they are the perfect angel and making someone else seem like the villain when the story really doesn't go like that. For some of you. Some of you are staying in a situation because you feel like you need an obligation to stay. Or let me reword that. You feel an obligation to stay in a situation even though you feel like this is something that you ought to leave. For some of you, it's your children. They may need to talk more about their feelings and maybe they're not. You got the devil here 3 times, like I mentioned. This feels like this is a situation where your spirit guides are saying, Leo, I can't tell you what to do, but it's like they're trying to say, let this go so you can be happy. But somebody feels like it's nearing, like somebody feels like it's just a matter of time before someone says it. You have a bill, something unexpected might pop up that kind of affects your finances, Leo. You might need to get an extension on a bill. You may need to get in contact with a creditor about something to see if you can get an extension. Someone is leaving. I see someone going toward an air sign. This is a situation for some of you. This court situation has something to do with children. And this feels like this is where the courts are getting involved or have gotten involved. Like I said, somebody has a suspicion of something. This is law enforcement or whomever this is getting involved. Authorities. Someone feels like someone has done something. And someone is looking at someone's living situation that might be full of violence as or a violent past maybe as a reason to remove children. So it just seems like, I don't know, like you're having a meltdown or someone around you is. Maybe you're stress eating. Maybe food is your drug or someone else's. Or some of you, it's this relationship. Or the dopamine of love, wanting love so intensely is a drug for you. But it's not genuine love. Maybe it's the way that someone made you feel, right? Maybe you were looking for a particular feeling from someone. And now that maybe the mood has changed, and you can really see through someone, you're realizing this wasn't really love. This was codependency. Next time, whatever this happens to be, Don't beat up on yourself about it, Leo. Like I said, we all repeat cycles. Every last one of us walking this earth. Sometimes we don't get the lesson the first time. But next time, listen to your intuition. Especially if you're letting somebody come back. Because it seems like at some point, maybe you were thankful that this person left your life. Or maybe this is in hindsight. Because it looks like somebody is not good for your health. Your physical health, or for some of you, it's your emotional well-being. Like this is just not it for you. For some of you. This card that says, yes, it's too late. I mentioned somebody passed away. Maybe somebody wasn't there when someone passed. Maybe you feel like you didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Somebody is a namesake, by the way. Like somebody is named after somebody that passed. Maybe you feel like it's too late to maybe, you know what I mean? It just seems like there's a lot of guilt connected to someone's passing. And the fact that maybe you're not there. Or that you were not there. Somebody, you need to look after their health. Somebody might be getting some news about a health situation that spirit guides, like, no. Okay, let me look at the cards a little bit closer. I think you might be too chicken to go to the doctor. Maybe you need to go back. And maybe it's not that deep. Maybe you need to go to the dentist. And maybe you're scared to go to the dentist. You don't like going to the dentist. I don't know. Whatever this is, okay? It's like somebody hears something about a health situation and it puts you... I promise you somebody has a heart issue. Or somebody may have passed away from some sort of heart issue. Can you nudge her for me? Bifurcation. This feels like it has something to do with heart. Somebody having heart surgery. Where the arteries, the veins bifurcate. Anyway, it could be due to a health situation, a health scare that puts somebody at a crossroads. It's like somebody doesn't know the outcome of something, so somebody's just worried. But thinking the worst, like fearing the worst, that maybe it's too late to fix a health situation. I think it's a health scare. I think maybe you have a suspicion that something is going on with your body, or maybe there's a doctor that might be suspicious that something is going on. Maybe it might take a closer look. Maybe you might need to go get some sort of examination. I don't know why that reminds me of them. Anyway, maybe you're going to get your labs drawn. I'm not going to say anything specific about that, but that's kind of like what I feel could be going on. Let's see. Let's look at the advice for the Leos. Leo Nation, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, as well as cross watcher. What's going on for Leo? Ancestral wisdom. We are your ancestors, and we love you. We walked the earth many years before you. We ask you at this poignant time to learn and grow from our past experiences. You are our legacy, and we will keep on helping you as we continue to evolve here in the spirit world. I mentioned to you, somebody passed. Just sending you signs and reminders that they're around you. So whatever you're going through, as frustrating as it might be and as alone as you might feel, you have help in the afterlife. Well, assistance from the afterlife is what I'm trying to say. That's interesting. You have, yeah. Did your mom pass? Or maybe this is who you're separated from. You got mother and father in here. So I don't know if maybe you might feel like an orphan. No, I mentioned to you something about a court case connected to children. Maybe you are separated from your children, maybe due to extenuating circumstances. A mother's love is reaching out to you at this time and holding you close. She knows how much you miss her and wants to remind you that this special bond of love can never be broken. I said, maybe you haven't talked to your mom in a while. Maybe she's worried about you. Maybe she hasn't been able to get in contact with you. Like I said, maybe your mom passed and you're just really going through it. You're not alone. We are here for you. We never left. Through all the sadness and loneliness, however, you cannot sense us near or feel how much love we're sending you. We are your family, friends, and guides. You never walk alone. We walk right beside you. And maybe that's something that maybe you're not seeing because maybe you're a bit frustrated at the moment, distracted at the moment. It's not a you thing. It's an us thing. It's you and your spirit guides, you and your spiritual team. Like I said, even if you feel that you do not have any sort of support in the physical realm, you definitely do in the spiritual realm. It just feels like this week you're working through trauma as it relates to relationships in your life, whether they're platonic, romantic, or whatever. Some sort of cycle is what your guides are trying to get you to see so that you can release yourself from its grips. And maybe that's why the devil came up hardcore in your life. Some sort of stronghold that it's time to free yourself from. I think it's addiction, or it's some sort of negative cycle, and it could even be self-sabotage. With that, Leo Nation, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. If you feel that was heavy, Leo, if you feel this reading was helpful, Leo, thumbs up this video. Consider subbing to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you, Leo Nation, for deciding to tune in this week. Have a blessed, beautiful, and productive week, Leos and cross watchers. I'll see y'all in the next one. Till then, I'm out.